life. Let's have a look at the teams then. The Barrow Raiders unchanged from their victory at against Workington last time out. Rd16, 17 tries for him, 5 in his last 3. And Jared Stack needs 2 for a career century. Will tonight be the night for him? What about the Panthers then? 9 wins in 10 for them. They make a couple of changes from the win at Whitehaven. As both on the bench, Barber and Martin miss out. Wood and Guaze are recalled. The impressive Brandon Moore at dummy half. Looking forward to this one then. Facts in their change strip, the yellow and black, the blue and white of the Barrow Raiders. Great to be back. Monday Night Rugby League back on Premier Sports. And just the feeling that the Championship is really starting to hot up. Some huge games coming up over the next few months as the build-up to the playoffs starts here. And it's the Raiders who've got the first use of the ball, and they'll really want to start off well, Hendo.
Yeah, they certainly will. So they just want to get through a good set, finish off with a good kick chase, and try and set that tone defensively as well. But equally, Halifax will want to be getting some line speed now as they look to shift the point of attack here, Barrow. Adventurous play on play 3 for them.
Yeah, well, Paul Crary mentioned that threat they've got on the edges. They'll want to use that threat. They were well beaten at the Shea earlier in the season. I think that stung them a little bit, and they've all made reference to it in the build-up to this one. As the Raiders looking to move it now, and they'll kick high. The wind, I think, is at their back, and dropping back is Saltonstall, who'll catch it on the full. He'll return it. What do you make of that first set, Kyle?
Yeah, look, it was not the best end of the kick, was it? You know, you only made sort of 30 or 40 metres. Could have ideally been a bit longer. But one thing I've just noticed on the eye is really just the size of this Halifax pack. And I think if there's one thing that lets Barrow down, it is in that department. So look out for that as it unfolds. Once these bodies start fatiguing, and Halifax, you know, I think they'll go route 1 in this game.
Well, they've got the ball just short of the halfway line. They are coming up the middle now. Jouffre, little dummy, gets it out the back. Here now is Woodburn Hall, gets the ball wide. Saltonstall kicks ahead, juggled and dropped there, and that's going to be a knock on. Jake Carter couldn't take it in. It was nice play though. Well,
I mentioned route 1. Well, they tore that script up there. They moved the ball from left to right, and it's Saltonstall, he tries to kick inside. It just can't be dealt with there from Barrow, so it's just a bit more pressure now for the Raiders to deal with.
Yeah, absolutely. And we spoke pre-game. I think both teams have got the ability to play direct and go through the middle third, but they've also got the ability to shift the point of attack, move the ball. And both coaches do encourage their teams to express themselves, and we've seen that from both teams early, moving the ball, which is great to see.
Yeah, so a scrum, 25 out centre field. They're going to go to that left-hand side. A little shake of the hips from Joe Keys. He's wrapped up 20 metres out. Big chance then for the Panthers to open the scoring here as they'll carry it forward with Dan Murray. 50 Halifax appearances going into this one, as now they'll go with Jouffre. Gets the ball away out the back. They're looking to work an opening on this near side, and a powerful run there, and a strong run as well.
Matty G, it was there, Mark.
It was just a 4th appearance of the season for him. They've missed him. Bit of messing about the play of the ball. The referee stopped the clock here. I think there's a Barrow player's got a head knock here, and we'll see that as well. Well, there's blood there coming out of the eye area there, and early wounds for the Barrow players. Is it Ayaria, I think, that's got the knock, and they're going to get him checked out. Just stops play here early on.
Well, he just comes out of that tackle mark, doesn't he, clutching his head. Must have picked up a knock in it.
Strong carry that from Matty G, wasn't it? What about the big fend?
Yeah, good run.
Goes over.
G, so just a 4th appearance for him, Hendo, and you know, he's a talented player, isn't he, at this level?
He is. I was fortunate enough to coach Matty down in London early in his career when he started his career at Salford. Managed to have him for a couple of years at the Broncos, and he really kicked on, and he's done a tremendous job since being at Halifax. But like you said,
just one word on G. I think everywhere he's went, he's left an impression, hasn't he? Whether that's Salford, London Broncos, Hull KR as well.
He was there, wasn't he? Yep.
Yeah, tremendous, talented player.
He's got a smile on his face, waiting to play the ball. Halifax, 9 wins in 10 for them. That's some run of form, isn't it, at this level, where the competition week in, week out is tough.
It is. No, it's incredible.
They're going to have to make a change here. And
it's Hopkins.
Yeah, it's Hopkins who's gone off, the Welsh international. So hopefully they can get that stitched up. But an early change for the Raiders. A round of applause as he makes his way round. And Halifax about to make the change. I think it's Dan Toll who's coming on into the action. 11th year with the Raiders. Wouldn't have expected to be on this early though, would he? A couple of minutes gone here.
It just puts a little bit of pressure, doesn't it, on the team and on the coach Prairie. He has to sort of just, his interchange plan's probably not gone to script at the moment, but it's the challenges you face as a team, and they've got to overcome that.
Here they go now. Jouffre gets it away. Keys just turns the ball back inside. The angled run and almost again breaking through the tackle there. Barrow just trying to slow things down if they can here. But the Panthers are moving the ball across the back line. Good race out of the line. That was a big tackle, and it needed to be as well from Maludi. Last one then. Fax going short side. They're going to run it. They're trying to power their way over in the corner, but they're going to be held up. And I think Barrow will be pretty pleased with that defensive effort.
Yeah, they sure will be there. Hakim Maludi, the play before, kills it, doesn't he? And then they get some more defenders travelling round, and, you know, Halifax there, they just carry the ball. Nothing really asked of them. They start the set there, 95 metres away.
This is a tough area to start your set though, isn't it? And they'll bring it forward now, struggling to make their way out of their own 10, but they do that on this occasion, the Raiders. Just trying to work it up the middle. Halifax are defending here. They're going into the wind, Halifax. It'd be interesting if Samet can get his kicking game going as they just try and work it up the ruck area. The home fans were right in the midst of them here. They wanted a penalty there, didn't they?
They were hoping for a crowd penalty there, but I think he just hit him just beneath the neck, so it was okay for me. It's a great kick.
It is a good kick, but fair play to James Woodburn Hall, who scampers across, picks it up and will bring it forward.
But it's another terrific set mark, isn't it? Only 25 metres gained that time. You know, coaches talk about kicking inside of the 40 as being a defensive win. Well, on that occasion, it was 10 metres shy inside the 30, and as such, you end up winning the territory battle and the energy battle as well.
Yeah, forward come Halifax.
Good tackle. Nice shot there from Wood.
Yeah, Gillam in as well. But Wood can bang them, can't he?
Sure can.
The dummy half had a spell with Wakefield last season. And those Brandon Moore at dummy half gets the ball away. Tangata gets it away. Have they got the numbers? There was a hand in there. There needed to be potentially as well. Costello got fingertips on that. Yeah. And Halifax are going to get another set here.
Yeah, a nice ball movement there from Halifax. Tangata out to Jouffre, and you'll see Jouffre gets on the outside there of the number 14 Carter, creating the 3v2. So Costello had to get that hand in there.
Yeah, just on that there, Tangati goes right into the line. You know, if he'd have played about maybe a metre or so earlier, then Costello can't get his hand to that pass, and they're in trouble, aren't they?
No, indeed. You look down at the names, and the Halifax pack, they're like some more Murray, Cavanaugh, G. Tangata, and
plenty of experience.
And all big men as well. All big men.
Yeah. Halifax enjoying the territory at the moment, but yet to get any points as now they go short, trying to power their way forward. They're 30 metres away. Tackle made by Wood again. Leaves the Halifax man on the ground, and forward comes Murray again. Having a brilliant season so far. 7 tries for him, ever present for the Panthers. And now the ball in the hands of Keys, Jouffre. Now they're looping out the back. They've got the numbers if they execute. Little show and go. And Halifax are over. And it's Ben Tibbs. 7 in 7 for him. Becomes 8 in 8. And he's having a wow of a season.
Yeah, fantastic try. Great ball movement here from the Halifax side too, and I like the 3 pivots working together and linking up. I thought the lines of run were genuine, and the pass selection was bob on, and the timing out the back as well. We'll see it here now on the replay. Keys there, he's got inside-outside options, out the back to Jouffre, out the back there to Woodbourne Hall. It's a nice way to pass there to Tibbs, and like I said, I just thought the lines of run were good, Kyle. I thought the timing out the back and the timing of the passes as well, way to pass, was outstanding. And it just create the space and create that opportunity there for Tibbs to get the 2v1. He shows and goes, and Toll, he just leaves the scene and allows him to get through. But great try from Halifax.
Yeah, it sure was. It was wonderful ball movement, but it all came about off that defensive mindset that we spoke about. You know, the opening 2 sets, Barrow, they haven't been to gain any sort of ground whatsoever, and as a result, you know, those kicks, they aren't long enough, and the Halifax pack are just straight back at them, and they move the ball there out wide, and it's just the young lad Jake Carter. He gets too interested as a three-in defender, and as a result, Costello has to come in, the winger has to follow up, and the space is out wide then.
Here's Joe Keys looking to add the extras. 5 in from touch. Looking to turn it into a 6-point advantage for Halifax. Here he comes, right-footed, will send it on the way. It looks pretty good. The flags go up. That's a great start. And Halifax I think we have to say, 7 minutes on the clock, they're worthy of that lead.
Oh, absolutely. I think Kyle nailed it spot on before. You know, defensively, Halifax have been outstanding at the start of this game. They've really restricted Barrow's go forward and ability to make metres down the fields, which has meant they've been forced to kick well inside their own 40. And as a result, you know, Woodburn Hall's been catching on the full, returning the ball with some purpose and starting the set sort of 30 off their own line. So they've won that field position battle. They've earned the right to play some football, and they've executed a fantastic attacking piece of play to score the opening try.
Yeah, Jouffre already with Keys looking very, very dangerous as Samet will get us underway. A high swirling. This could be going out on the full. That has gone way out, and we mentioned that wind, and you got the feeling as soon as he put his boot into that, Carl, that was always going too long.
Well, I remember watching last time when we were at this ground, and Samet, he comes up with two kickoffs that went right over the sideline. Well, this time round, he wants to show how far he can kick it. It's over the dead ball line, so that's not a perfect start. Barrow, they're just going to receive more of an onslaught here.
Well, they are, and Halifax look in the mood as Tangata brings it forward. And they'll start just outside the Raiders' 40. More in at dummy half. Looking for his runners. They're coming short side here. Woodburn Hall, well, he's run behind his own player there, hasn't he?
He gets away with that one.
Well, that will be controversial. The home fans around us are not happy. And Woodburn Hall having another go here. And all of a sudden they're 25 away. Halifax slightly fortunate there. They'll want to make full advantage of it. It's another good shot of defence, but Jouffre showed great strength there. The Frenchman, lots of French youngsters here as well on a rugby trip, and they're coming to the Raiders to watch some of their French heroes in action. A couple of them tonight, of course. Mathieu Cozza, the Dragons lonely on the bench, but Fax are attacking down their left-hand side. Good defence again, though, from the Raiders over on that far side. Needed to be as well. Last one of the Fax side got. They'll go to Keys, little couple of dummies. Jouffre now looking to get to an edge. They get to an edge. Big chance here. Ball goes wide to Saltonstall, but the ball has gone forward. I think Halifax have made a mess of that.
Yeah, they have. The worrying thing for me and Paul Crary is this left-hand side of Barrow. They're all doing different things, aren't they? They're not connected, and they get away with that one there. But Costello coming in.
He's got to make the
Carter
tackle,
staying out. Yeah, they've got to be connected. Got to talk.
Well, that was a chance, and that should have been more points. The Raiders survived. They'll feel they were a little bit unlucky earlier in the set. They could have had a penalty, but you've got to play to the whistle, and the Raiders now have got some work to do to dig themselves out of their own end. That's a better carry. That's a really strong carry when you're up against it. Good 10 metres there. Wood at dummy half. Slow play of the ball. Here goes Dan Toll, drives it in. And we'll find out if Hopkins passes his head injury assessment in due course as Forster gets the ball away. It wasn't the best offload, but it's picked up over on the far side by Stack. And Barrow work their way up towards the halfway line. They're playing, 10 minutes? They've not really been over the halfway line yet, have they, too much? Because now they try and work their way into Halifax territory. That's another good carry, though. Better set from Barrow here. Now they need a good kick.
Lost it.
They've lost it.
No.
The curse of the commentator.
Yeah, you're spot on there, Mark Wilson. It's not what they needed there. Like you said, there was a couple of decent carries here from Gillam and Iaria. But it's Iaria here as he goes to ground. He loses possession.
Well, it's a horror movie start for Barrow, isn't it? Failing to get outside their own half, and then an error.
Tangata had a lot of interest in that ball, didn't
Well,
he?
you could argue that, I think. There was potentially some assistance.
As we said earlier, play to the whistle. Here come Halifax again. Half a break from the scrum there. They shot forward. And it's been a lively start, hasn't it, for Woodburn Hall. And here go Halifax now, just up the middle. And we said earlier on that we thought Barrow fancied this, but it's Halifax who've come out firing. Arrived here nice and early. We heard that from Simon Grix earlier on. So their preparation spot on today. Jouffre's pass wasn't the best. Woodburn Hall did well to take that in. Looks to offload or hand off a defender. Tackle made 30 away. Barrow need to start making some tackles here. Not having much of an impact at the moment on this Halifax attack. Keys turns the ball back underneath. Taken forward, another good drive. And a 20 away here. Moore looks up, gets it away to Murray. Murray drives hard and straight. Had Colcott in support, didn't use him. Last one. They're coming down this right-hand side. Jouffre with a kick. It bounces off. It wasn't played out, I don't think. And that is going to be the turnover. Halifax had nowhere to go. Barrow, to be fair, Kyle, defensively, when they've got inside their own 20, have looked okay.
Yeah, they have. They've looked okay, but what they need to do is they need to get away from doing that. You know, they spent all the game, haven't they, so far, just on coming out with their own end. You know, it must be deja vu for these Raiders.
Yeah, their forwards are looking up and seeing a wall of yellow and black stood in front of them at the moment. That's a good scoop. They need quick play of the ball to get them rolling, and Wood is in there and he's got a quick play of the ball and he fires it across the field. Here now is Samet, gets it out wide to Stack. They dummy to kick, and now they'll bounce in and out of one. Maludi then just goes straight forward. Is he going in a touch? He is. Well, you can't cheat at this game, Hendo. You've got to be prepared to do the tough stuff. There's a bit of pushing and shoving far side, but Maludi there picked the wrong option.
Well, the thing is, for Maludi, he's coming up against one of the Championship's best defensive centres in Greg Worthington. And Worthington knows how to mark up against him. He's targeted out Joe Keys, but Worthington just gets underneath him, hooks him and drives him towards the sideline, and he has to try and manufacture a pass back inside, which was never going to come off for him. Sometimes you've just got to take that carry, be a little bit more direct. And he tried the fancy footwork, didn't he? He tried to make something happen.
He needs to realise that that's the fourth set of the game and they've only completed two.
Correct.
You can't win any game at 50% completion. Get to the end of your set, kick the ball back and go after them defensively.
Paul Crary did say rocks and diamonds at the start. I think we've had more rocks than diamonds so far from the Raiders, but still plenty of time. 6-0, the visitors lead here. Good value for it as well. There's a ball taken forward.
Good shot!
That's better. Hendo's like the cheerleader here in the popular terrace.
Oh, I love it, I love it. Bring it on.
Well, they go within 30, Halifax here. And they're going to play it in a scoot out of dummy half. Can they find a pass on the end of it? Not on this occasion, but look at that, 15-metre carry. And the Raiders are back on their own line again. Dufresne gets the ball away. They're going to use Keys to move it out wide, and here is a chance now for Halifax, sidestepping their way through, still going.
Some tired bodies in the middle unit of Barrow Raiders at the moment.
Last one here, they're going back down that short side. They're going to dribble the kick in, and it's touched dead in the end by Barrow. Cresswell, all he could do was make the ball safe, and he knocks it behind, but Halifax turning the screw here.
Yeah, absolutely. Great kick there from Joe Keys, well weighted, but it's Greg Worthington here coming back on the inside, using the left arm fend and beating 1 or 2, 3 would-be tacklers. It's a neat kick here from Joe Keys, well weighted, threads the needle, forces Cresswell to put it dead, and it's just building pressure. We've spoken a lot about Barrow, haven't we? But let's switch our attention to Halifax. You know, they've started this game almost perfect, haven't they? Without being too adventurous, they've just rolled forward through carries like this, and then when they've been able to take the space and ask a question, they've done so and just built pressure off the back of that defensively.
Good first carry from Corcoran. Here now is Murray. Was that high? Looked a little bit. There's a little bit of good news. Tom Hopkins is about to come back on. He's stitched up, he's passed his head injury assessment, but here Halifax looking to double their lead. They've already got one try, they turn it back inside. Tangata tackled. Moore waits at dummy half, right in front of the posts. He's going to go left again to Key. Short pass.
Great line.
And it is a great line, and Ben Cavanaugh powers over his 4th of the season. Plenty of international experience for him, and he was too strong at the line. And it's Halifax who lead 10-0.
Well, it was just a weight of possession in the end that took its toll. You can't just keep defending all game, not at any level, regardless whether it's amateur, international or at championship. And on that occasion there, it's just a wonderful line, like you mentioned there, Mark, from Cavanaugh. He gets on the outside of Samet. It's a poor attempt of a tackle. He won't be happy with that. But Maludi as well, he shoots the line because he doesn't trust himself defensively. He knows he has to get up there, cut time and space down, and he creates that pocket, and it's just big man on little man. Simple score.
Absolutely. Like I said, it's just been really enjoyable to watch so far from Halifax. I just think they're playing with some really good tempo. I'm liking the synchronisation of the three halves. The pivots are all linking in really well, and I like that they're swinging both sides and interjecting themselves out the back. And I think that was probably an example of, they've been going out the back a lot to Woodbourne Hall there. Maludi thought, right, I better get ahead and kill this early, and it's a nice decision from Keys, who made the final pass to Cavanaugh, running a great outline there on Samet. Big man on little man, as you said, Kyle, and gets over.
Yes, Keys Keys looking to add another kick, and the flags go up 12 points to 0 here on Premier Sports tonight. And Barrow, well, you have to say, it's like they made the long journey to this game. They're still on the bus at the moment. Just a word on Joe Keys heading over. I think he's developing into a very, very good halfback, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, obviously Joe Keys, he started off at the London Broncos, a product of the academy at the Broncos, and played Super League very early for them when obviously the Broncos had that unfortunate season where they only won one game. But since then he stepped into the championship. He spent some time at Bradford and Hull Kingston Rovers, and yeah, he's really, really developing into a quality player, the Irish international.
Big high kick, well taken and brought forward. Paul Crary there, Carl didn't. He never gives a lot away, Paul Crary, but I think it's fair to say he's not happy with the opening spell of this game.
Well, it can't be, can he? You know, they're operating at 50% completion, constantly on the back foot, not being able to get out of their own end. You know, they really have to front up now and leave a dent. But there's just too many of that. There's too much of that, sorry. People grabbing at tackles. You've got to get your shoulder, bend your back.
Ball working its way forward here over the halfway line.
Just look at the metres gained again in this set. We're on tackle 4, I think it is. And they've gone 60 metres off a kick-off.
They're just playing too fast at the moment, Kyle, aren't they? They really are. And there's just, what I'm loving is the movement off the ball as well. There's options inside, outside, and looking really, really good.
Big high kick, Tester here at the back. Cresswell does well. Nowhere to go though. Falls to the ground. 20 off his own lines. Halifax turning the screw, leading by 12 here.
I think Cresswell's one of those players. He gets lost in this side that has Ritson, Samet, Maludi. He's such a solid fullback, hasn't he? And so important as well to Barrow Raiders.
Yep, he is. I just feel that Barrow need a penalty or something, don't they? They need something to get them some field position to try and build some pressure. They're just struggling at the moment.
Yeah, they're on their own 40. Samet looks up, tries to kick in behind. Now, if this stays in the field of play, it'd be a very good kick. But once again, and you know, the weather's been great, hasn't it, this part of the world? But that's just raced away.
It is, but I'm okay with that kick. Think about where he's kicked it from now. This Barrow side, they're all set. They've had a breather. They haven't been down here too long. It's what they do in this next set, that'll decide where they get the ball back and give himself an opportunity in good ball. We mentioned a number of times already, they just haven't had any field position whatsoever.
Ball coming forward then here. As, Sam Brooks has come on for the Raiders. Forced the player that makes way as Halifax going forward again. Colcott up towards the halfway line. We'll play the ball now. Here is Keys. Little dummy goes alone. He's growing in confidence here, has it? His Halifax teammates. Looking now just to work the middle of the field with Murray. Murray, another powerful run. Better defence this time, but still a couple of tackles remaining as Keys gets his hands on the ball now, looks to work it out wide. It's gone on the ground and it's picked up by the Raiders. And Maloney needs some support. He's got Ritson, and Ritson can run. And Ritson is off. And he will score again. Try number 18 of the season. He has. Oh, it's been called back. It's been called back.
Wow.
Big call, big call.
Huge
penalty, says Aaron Moore, the referee. We need to have a look at this.
Oh.
Was there maybe someone held off the ball?
I thought someone got hit on suspicion, if I'm honest. We'll get to see on the replay. I think Joe Keys takes the line, pumps it. Well, that's harsh. If that's what we're calling a penalty, I think Barrow Raiders have been done there.
Wow.
What a try it would have been.
I don't see what's wrong here.
I think he's saying something. It's harsh, isn't it?
It is, but if he doesn't raise his arms, I think that's play on. But he has actually made an effort to tackle him, hasn't he? Well, I wanted it to be a try as much as you did, then, but the rules are the rules. He can't tackle him if he's not got the ball.
Anyway,
it looked harsh, but I think he's got that right. Well, here come Halifax. Well, you said they needed a moment, Barrow. That was their moment.
Something. They're struggling at the moment to go forward and get the field position. They needed that.
This could be a big minute in the game, couldn't it, as Tangata drives it in. Tackle made about 15 away. Can Halifax extend their lead again? Barrow's defence being tested here. Keys gets it away. Jouffre, they've got numbers out wide. Worthington looking for that 100th try. He's trying to power his way over, but he's a couple of metres away when he's dragged to the ground. And now, here goes Cavanaugh again. And he's tackled. Halifax are there. Can they get a third try in this opening period? They're a metre away. Last one. Right under the post. Which way are they going to go? They're going to get it away now. Short pass, G. Oh, that looked high. He's still going, G.
Ooh.
He's still going. Ball's come free. And the referee says it's a knock-on. And that will be the handover. And fair play, Hendo, again.
Yeah.
The goal line defence was stretched.
Well, they had to scramble there, didn't they? A fantastic attempt from Matty G. He had 3 or 4 Barrow Raiders players on him, and he almost wriggles out of it, gets the ball down, but just loses it in the act of trying to score. So Barrow survive, thankfully for them. Oh, ever so close. Cresswell did a great job, didn't he, Calder?
Sure
just
did.
do enough to dislodge the arm to force the error.
Ball brought forward. Ooh, that was one of those where you get your
like them
knees
ones,
caught
no,
underneath. That was Costello on the end of that. Not sure he liked it either. Here's Maludi. Maludi works his way forward up to the 30, gets it away. Stack powers forward. That's better. It's important here, isn't it, that Maludi, we know that Maludi and Samet have got that X factor, Hendo, but it's important they don't try and do everything by themselves, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's it. Sometimes they fall into that trap of trying to be over exuberant, and sometimes they have to have that patience and build into the game and build that pressure. Then the opportunities will come from which they can strike, and it's getting that balance right for me for those guys. But sometimes they just have that instinct to just play, don't they?
Yeah, that's a better carry there from Toll. Lands on his front, quick play the ball for Ward. Samet's going to boot the ball high, and it is high as well.
This is blowing on the wind. Big test. Great catch, Saltonstall. Really good. You could see that floating down. That's top-class catching.
Yeah, it sure is, yeah. Safe as houses under it.
Ball now working its way forward. It's over a quarter of this game gone here. Just looking at some of the games we've got to come on Premier Sports. Newcastle against the Bulls kicks off the Magic weekend. Friday night we're live on Premier Sports. Then Halifax, York Batley to come. Some huge games. And the race for the playoffs really is kicking off here. There's a ball carried forward by Fairbank on as a substitute. Last one. Going to have to kick from halfway, not something they've had to do too much tonight. Jouffre under pressure, gets the kick away. Cresswell waits, just
Great catch.
thought he misjudged it for a moment there, but he did well. He's so reliable, isn't he, Cresswell, at the back?
Yeah, I really like him, mate. Yeah, quality player.
Been impressed with the Halifax forwards so far in this game, Kyle. The front rowers, I think, the middle unit boys, Calcott, Tangata, Murray, they've really laid a strong platform for this side.
You just look through that pack, don't you, there?
That's the type of carry the Raiders fans want.
Nice mark.
That was Kyle Amor-esque. Here now goes
Controversial.
Toll.
Hey!
It was only controversial after your comment. It's a set restart, by the way. Quickly changing the subject there.
Yeah.
As here now come the Raiders.
Well, this will be their first bit of field position,
Yeah.
isn't it, in the half, to be honest, to get a set restart now inside the Halifax line. So,
Six again, called again.
Here they go. Working it forward is Gillam. One of the 2 ever presents the Raiders have got in their team. Stack the other one. They're going centre field now. Carter gets it away. Ball moved out wide to Maludi. Maludi just steps, spins back inside. Little shaking Stevens move and then gets
good
tackled.
tackle.
Gets the ball away though. Decent offload. What can the Raiders make on the back of that? Not a lot on that one. They're going to play it now. 25 away. Here is Samet. Gets it away. Aria will take it in. Inside the Halifax red zone they go. Raiders looking for their first points, trailing by 12. But a huge chance here for the Raiders as they now go towards Carter. Short passer trying to power their way and offload is made. Can they get it over the line? No, great tackle.
defence.
A wonderful offload from Gillam it was.
Superb defence from Halifax side. The scramble was outstanding.
Slow play of the ball though here. They wanted a set restart. They might have
He's
pitched
gonna
one.
give it.
They have pitched one from close in. Well, Josh Wood Everybody was waiting for the slow play of the ball, and Josh Wood says, hang on, fellas, I'm having some of this. Barrow on the ball.
Yeah, and Dan Tall put it all down to him. He was the one who decided enough was enough. A huge carry there, 1 of 6 again, a couple of plays later, and it's as soft as the tries, isn't it, there from Wood, but they all get the same amount of points.
Absolutely.
Halifax will be furious they've conceded that. There's a guy messing around underneath,
Fairbank
and Wood, he just sees a gap and puts it down.
Wow.
And dragged them side right back into this contest.
Wow, it's just...
That's great stuff.
That's a great... What a poacher's try that is.
It is. At what stage, Kyle, do I say that's a typical Hendo try, and then you reply with some sarcastic
Well, that
comment?
is true. That's where I scored most of my tries, a metre out from the line. I wasn't quick enough to score any further out. So, yeah, you're right there, Mark. But that was
kick
a
to
fantastic...
come here.
What a fantastic little try that from Wood there.
Completely against the run of play as well.
100%.
But the scoreboard says 12-6, doesn't it now, if he gets his conversion?
Well, that was their first piece
good ball set, yeah.
First good ball set, first piece of field position in the game, and they've come away with points. And we were crediting the scramble defence here from Halifax when a fantastic play from Carter hit Gillum Ellis on the short ball. He got the offload back and almost gets over. Great scramble from Halifax. And then Josh Wood just gets the little poacher's dive over try on the next play. Incredible passage of play for the Barrow Raiders, and they're now well and truly back in the contest.
Sure are, Hendo. And the message will be clear from Paul Crary. Start spending time down this end of the field, because he knows this Barrow Raiders side can score points. 58 points I think it was against last week against Workington. They have that in them with players like Sam Maludi, and of course that man we mentioned pre-game, Rd16. There's points out there all over the park if they want them, but they have to earn the right. And I just thought that carry from Dan Toll set it all off. Direct, aggressive. That's the mindset they need.
Well, that's lifted the spirits, hasn't it? The kick over as well. Jared Sammer on the board here. And Barrow, well, look at that. He scored the try and he's been subbed off. What's that all about, Paul Crary?
He's done his shift. Well, he's had to do a lot of defending, hasn't he? But look, it's the build-up play for me. I thought it was a great decision from Carter to hit Ellis Gillum on the short ball, gets a one-on-one isolation, gets the offload back in. They almost score, and in the next play, it's Wood. He just poaches and snipes a little try there close to the line. Well done, that young man.
Yeah, well done indeed. We are back underway. Sammer underneath the high kick. Took a while to get going, the Raiders, but they're right back in it now. Squaze has come on. About 28 minutes gone here on the clock inside the ground. Another good carry. All of a sudden, these forwards have woken up here. Now they're getting on a roll.
Yeah, and they have, and all they're doing there is just carrying together with support, refusing to be put down. It's much better from them.
It is indeed. Tackle made centre field. Here they go again. They're on a bit of a roll here, the Raiders.
It's just a subtle little thing there that Dan Toll does, pushing with his mate. It takes a fly off, allows him to land on his front.
Here's Gillum again. And look at this. All of a sudden, it's Raiders forwards who are just starting to poke through gaps in this Halifax defensive line. Can they go back-to-back here? They're going to put the kick up. They're going to challenge for it, but the kick too deep. And I think they wanted a 7-tackle restart there, and the referee says no.
Well, it took them 28 minutes there to do what Halifax have been doing all game and roll 100 metres off kick-off. And this is where they have to up the ante now. Finish the half stronger. Offloads like that won't help.
No, they won't. As here come Halifax. Walmsley looking for work. But Barrow have got themselves back in the game here, and Halifax, just despite their early dominance, they need to keep taking care of business here.
Yeah, look, I think Simon Griggs will be just disappointed with that response after they've conceded a try. They've just let Barrow roll 80 metres down the hill and finish off with a kick into the corner, a metre off the line. So he'll need to make sure they respond better after conceding points.
Here's Keys, drops it back. Determined run from Fairbank. He's tackled. Last one, though, and again, they've not got over the Raiders 40. They'll want a decent kick here. Jouffre, the target. Not too much pressure on him. It holds up on the wind. Cresswell comes forward, catches it nicely, but then he gets an arm across the chest, and again, the Raiders fans around us, they don't like it.
Well, I think they've got a point as well. There's a chance here.
Oh, what about the don't argue? Sit down, Saltonstall.
Yeah, Toll on Saltonstall. The two number 5s going at it.
Oh, wow.
Well, we were expecting a good game tonight, and we're getting one now. This is boiling up nicely. 6 against 5th in the championship.
It's good strength there, isn't it? Gillen refused to be put down.
And the dummy half is Mossop. They wanted a penalty there, didn't they? The veteran.
Yeah, he thought the markers weren't square. That's why he attacked them.
Well, now centre field. They're going to move it to Samet. Fires it wide. Stack looks to get it away to Maludi. They're asking for a 6 again here. They're not going to get one. Again, the Raiders fans are not happy. Nonetheless, Samet is going to go high, and this is coming across the field. Good luck with this one. Oh, what a catch!
What a take.
What a catch!
Sensational.
That's as good as you'll see, Mark.
Well, he just got knocked clean off his feet, Saltonstall, but that was class.
No regard for his body here. Eyes on the ball, approaching it with speed. What a take.
And having bodies in front of you too, like knowing that you're going to collide with someone right there. I mean, that's great bravery from Saltonstall.
He was vulnerable, wasn't he? And he came up, never took his eyes off it. What a lesson for all those youngsters watching their rugby league tonight. As Guaze is wrapped up just over the halfway line. 12-6 it is here to Halifax. Ball going forward. Woodburn Hall had a bit of joy early on. He didn't get any there, did he? Last one.
Spiced up this game now, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. Ball goes back. Here now is Keys, who's just going to kick across the field. Interesting. What do we make of that then, Hendo? The wind is obviously causing havoc here, and yet he went for the low kick.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he was looking to find the line there. I think he was trying to put it more into that corner, but the wind just took it. But he'll find it as probably a bit of a reprieve.
By the way, how fast was he for the try that never was? It was like watching a Ferrari, wasn't it, against the Fiesta?
He's so quick. Remember that try that he scored in the Challenge Cup against Huddersfield Giants on this ground as well. He burned everybody for pace that day.
Yeah, sensational.
I thought he had his 18th of the season. It wasn't to be. Raiders are back within 6. Big period before the break here. It's under 10 minutes to go to half-time.
Just going back to that kick there, Mark, I thought it was quite an intelligent kick, really, from Keys. Just really killed the momentum that Barrow, you got a sense, was starting to build. Just perhaps use that as a bit of a reset for his own defenders there.
Yeah, fair enough. And to be fair, Cresswell's dealt with everything they've put his way. Nice hands at the line. And they're trying to get it away. Oh, that was one too many. I think it was the youngster, wasn't it? Koza.
Yeah.
And he'll be disappointed with that because he made a great break.
It was a beautiful little pass there, wasn't it, from Sam Brooks? In fact, it was lovely to Koza. Yeah, but he's tried to continue to promote the ball. Samet, like all good halfbacks do, sent an opportunity, but the execution just wasn't there. We see here, lovely little tip there from Brooks. He gets his arm free, but probably wasn't on, was he? If he had his time again, I think he reins that one in.
I agree.
Now we are hearing that Tom Hopkins, we thought he was going to come on a while ago. He was stitched up, and I think there's a problem. He's had to be re-stitched, we understand. So he's going to be coming back at some point. He has passed his head injury assessment. Geoffrey gets it away. Here now is Woodburn Hall. Good tackle. Costello needed to be as well. Halifax with the best attacking chance for a while. Good pick up there. There's Tibbs. We've got a try earlier on. What a season he's having, by the way. 8 in 8 for him. And the ball now goes forward. Here now, short pass. Guaze on the end of it.
We're going to need a number around the corner here, Barrow, because it'll come left, I think.
Well, that's where they're going now. Here's Keys. Keys with the double.
Nice play.
Nice.
That's a great play.
And that is a great try. Woodburn Hall it was. We mentioned Keys earlier on, but that was out of the top drawer. The double pump, the timing of the run, and Halifax score just before the break.
Yeah, Joe Keys, take your hat off. Sensational stuff. I like the play what they do before with Guaze. They just drop him under, knowing that they can tie up defenders. I called it on the run that they needed a man round the corner. They do get one there, but it's all too late, and it's a pre-planned move, isn't it? You can tell by the timing, the depth of it all. Joe Keys here just attracts him, fakes one way, pumps the ball through, and it's the fullback who pops up. What a lovely teamwork try that was.
Nice play.
Woodburn Hall.
Yeah, nice play there. And again, you have traditionally, more often than not, the fullbacks out the back, and like you said, they've teed them up for that. They've been playing out the back to Woodburn Hall a lot of the times, but that nice little hit pass there, and obviously Cavanaugh, he scored a try recently with the outline as well, so they've teed him up with that as well. A nice deception shown. again, Keys play nice and straight, digging into the line, looks to the double pump to hit Cavanaugh. That drags that defender away, and then he just steps back, pulls it back, and Woodbourne Hall straight through. Fantastic work try that.
And you can tell that's something that Simon Griggs has identified through the week, just because of the amount of traffic that they've sent down that way. They know that Samet and Maludi don't trust themselves defending, so they get up and aggressive. They do that to spook their opposition, so they don't have to get that carry that they want. But on that occasion there, the brains of Joe Keys just picks them apart.
Yeah, and the boot of Joe Keys adds another 2 points. So all of a sudden the enthusiasm that was around us here in the main terrace has just evaporated a little bit as Halifax get their 3rd try of the first half. 18-6, Woodbourne Hall, the Jamaican international, 5th try of the season for him. There is Tom Hopkins. We understand he is going to come back on, but he will just come back on as a substitute now. They couldn't get him ready to come back on in time.
Absolutely. Again, it's put a little bit of pressure on the Raiders forward pack to some degree, but I think Simon Griggs will be really pleased that they've got across the whitewash just before half-time and feel that it's probably a little bit more just rewards for how they've performed in this first half. I think if they'd have gone in 12-6, I think he'd be a little bit, I thought we were with the better of the two teams, probably deserved to be 2 scores ahead, so I think he'd be pleased that they just got that one there before half-time.
Just came, didn't it, on the back of that loose offload on the halfway line. Good run from Guaze. There's a player down for Barrow. I think the referee's going to have to stop this. Well, they're going to play on at the moment. Barrow in effect down to 12.
The doctor's on, they need to stop it.
Yeah, I think the referee, and he will do now. He's seen the doctor coming on, and the referee will stop play. And there's a knock over on the far side. It looks to be a bit of concern here, so hopefully the Barrow player is going to be okay. But Simon Griggs there looks pretty relaxed, pretty happy with how his team have started. Back-to-back trips to Cumbria. They beat Whitehaven a fortnight ago, and firmly on top here. And that 3rd try will certainly make him feel a little bit better about it.
Yeah, it sure does. It probably changes his half-time team talk there, doesn't it? I still believe he'll have a goal at those 3 or 4 players in and around that play of the ball. Wood can't just be popping the ball over like that, not when you've defended so well. And the first time of asking or defending your try line, well, the opposition come away with 6 points. But he'll be pretty pleased with that last try in particular. Coaches always are. When a training ground, a pre-planned move comes off.
Well, there's been a head knock, and there's a bit of blood for the Barrow player. That's getting sorted out.
Is it Dan Toll?
As we speak, I think it is.
It is, yeah.
There he is. Look, you can see him. They're just wiping it off. Bit of Vaseline. Take more than that to stop Dan Toll.
Just see there the back of his head, or is it his knee rather?
He's getting some running repairs. Yeah, looks like it was an innocuous one, wasn't it? But they still hurt, don't they, those ones, I'd imagine?
It's 2 Barrow players that have been split this evening.
Yeah, it is. And they'll be hoping it can manage 3 minutes before the break just to try and they don't have to change things. But just a word on the job that Simon Griggs is doing, fellas. Hendo, you know, they had a slow start, and it was interesting. He spoke about the expectations at Halifax. It's fair to say, you know, they've got a fantastic team.
Yes.
Expectations are going to be high, aren't they?
Absolutely. Well, we spoke about it pre-game, didn't we? The balance of the squad. You know, they've got a great balance of youth experience, some real, you know, good quality with Super League experience, international experience. I just think they're a really well-balanced side. I think they've got fantastic hookers, some great pivots, some great forwards as well that have the ability to carry strong, bend the line and tip on.
Well, he's going to have to go off here for 2 minutes, Dan Toll. He's been shown the green card.
Yep.
And he will go off the field. So Halifax here, closing stages of the first half. They're going to look here to make the player advantage count. There he is on the sideline. Looks like he's been patched up. He's ready to come back on, but he'll have to wait. There's Halifax now. Can they strike a severe blow to Barrow's chances? Last one here. They're going to look now to go to Jouffre again. Little grubber kick down the line. Took an awful bounce. Great work from Creswell. I know the England cricket team are flying at the moment. We've had a couple of great catches tonight. One on either end of the field.
100%. Ooh.
Now a penalty. Listen to that roar.
Well, these fans obviously feel they've not been getting the fair share, have they, from Aaron Moore? Well, the last 2 minutes of this half, well, it certainly will put a cat amongst the pigeons if they could get a try, wouldn't it?
That's a great touch finder,
yeah. Great touch finder from Carter.
It is. Has he gone 40 metres downfield? Referee's not happy. Halifax work back. Well, if Barrow can nick one back here, they very much game on, because Paul Crary won't be happy with his side's first 40 minutes.
Another penalty.
Another penalty. Well, he's only a youngster, Matthew Kozar, but he's a big fella, isn't he?
Well, what they've been able to do, these two penalties, Jarrett's off, he's calling for the ball. He wants a bit of distance on this kick because he knows that they've had one crack at the try line and scored. And you mentioned, Mark, 2 minutes to go.
Well, they're going
to tap it then instead.
Here's Costello, takes it in. Made in fine form in his low move from Salford. 3 tries in 2 for him. Not out of sight yet, but he may well get one as Samet now gets it away. They're going through the hands. That was a great line. But Guaze stood firm, and a good tackle from Kevin Leroy as well. 10 away. Halifax on their own line. Here they are, centre field. Ball goes to Samet. Fires it. They had numbers out the back. They went to Gillam. And he's tackled 5 away. Again, Halifax slow to get out of the ruck area. And they're going to try and pinch one here. Mossop, I think it was. They might carry him over the line here. Oh, he's offloaded it. He's offloaded it. They're trying to pinch one.
Ooh, so
and they
close.
tackled a yard away. Mossop, how did he get that one away? Now they're going to move it wide. Samet, shot.
There it is.
Yes! And that is a try. 99th try of Jarrod Stack's career. Well, he ran a great line a couple of plays before.
Oh, there it is.
That was fantastic. And the Raiders right on half-time are right back in this playoff clash. It's Barrow 10, Halifax 18.
What a line from Jarrod Stack. And we haven't seen a lot of him this evening, but one thing he does bring is genuine strike, and he can punch a good line. His timing there was to perfection. He really banged on time, as you see. Samet playing nice and straight. It just holds that defenders. And I think that little sort of goose step from Samet, it just stopped feet, didn't it? It stopped Keys. He planted, and it just opened up the space for Jarrod Stack, who for me got his timing spot on to perfection, and a lovely way to pass and decision from Jarrod Samet. But fantastic for the Raiders to get one before half time. This really makes it for an interesting game now come second half.
It does. And you mentioned earlier on, Kyle, about a move off the training ground. That was like one, he was almost unopposed, wasn't it? No one near him as he put it down over the line.
And right on the hooter as well, as we just heard it go in the background. But I agree with Hendo, it's the skip from Samet that almost gets Keys far too interested in ball. He's all ball watching, isn't he? And Stack there, he just hits a right line and a big hole.
Big kick this for Samet to get the Raiders back within 6. Sends it on its way. The flags go up. And what has been a largely disappointing first half for the Barrow Raiders ends on a high. Halifax off to a flying start. Tries from Tibbs and Cavanaugh had them 12-0 up. Josh Wood nicked one in from close range before Woodburn Hall a fine finish. Looked to have given the Panthers a 2-score half-time lead. But Jarrod Stack's try got the Raiders right back in it. All the reaction had come from the first half with Hendo, Kyle and with Emma. But at the break here, it's the Barrow Raiders 12, Halifax 18. He's had a tough week, as Ross. We'll forgive him that tray of food. And in fairness to everyone at Barrow, they did look after all the team this week, so there's certainly no complaints from me.
No, absolutely outstanding service from the Barrow Raiders and Steve Neal.
Well,
great job.
They say you never meet a bad Cumbrian guy, so I'll leave it with you there.
Oh, wow. Oh, brilliant. Well said, Kyle Amor. Well said.
Yeah. He thinks he's amongst friends here.
I suppose it depends.
They know he's from Whitehaven.
I was going to say,
like
depends on what part of Cumbria you're from, isn't it, I guess, Mark? But
what do we think was said at half-time then?
Well, I think the Barrow Raiders coach, I just thought I was going to cut the full man. It was looking at, wasn't it? Sorry to deflate you there, viewers. But, I think Paul Kerr will be quite encouraged, to be honest. I think he'll say to his side, look, we were nowhere near our best in that first half, but yet we're still in this contest. If we can get...
that is not the start, is it? Not the start. Offside.
Down tall it was as well.
It's not what they need. I was just going to say, if they could get a fair share of possession, cut out the errors and keep the discipline in check, and they'll earn some field position and they'll be confident they can post points. But
great kick, by the way. Wind behind, and Halifax are knocking on the door again.
Well, 30 seconds gone into the second half, and it's deja vu already. The Barrow Raiders side, 20 metres away from defending their own try line.
Keys was very good in that first half, ball in hand. He's wrapped up 20 away. Ball now going forward. Good hands from Fairbank, trying to get Leroy through a gap. He was wrapped up. About 12 away. Ball coming back centre field. Fairbank to Keys. Turns it back on the angle. Cavanaugh, who's already got one, is wrapped up. But Barrow are penned on their own line here. They're going to look to try and go straight forward with Guaze. Guaze trying to fight his way over. And that's how close he is. He wants to get up and play it quickly. And they're going to spin it now. Jouffre gets it away. Good race out of the line. Good defence. Last one, no, they've got one more. Woodburn Hall racked up. He'll play it now, 10 away. They're going short side. They're going through the hands. And,
it's an error.
An error, ball on the ground. Well, Barrow again, defensively on their own line. They managed to come up with a play.
Yeah, absolutely, and much needed as well. I mean, we look at here on the replay, down the short side, trying the power play to run it, putting two attackers on one defender, and Carter just does enough to get his arms there and disrupt the play, and they get the turnover inside their 10. But again, as Kyle said, not the best start with giving away a penalty and defending their own line again, but they survive. But I just like the way Halifax are attacking, Kyle. I think they just look well organised. They're asking a lot of questions, attacking both sides of the ruck.
Yeah, but, you know, Barrow once again, though, just defended the threat. They've got it wrong on 3 occasions, hasn't he? Costello's down.
Yeah,
Cops a bit of a knee there, doesn't he?
I think it's in the crown jewels as well, I think. Yeah.
It's been a tough old night, hasn't it?
Ooh, there it is.
Just for Barrow, though, they just, frustratingly for them, they're just doing too much goal line defence, and in the end,
well, they're inviting Halifax, aren't they? They're inviting it to,
creating pressure, Hendo, and then winning the energy battle. It's a modern currency. Sorry, it's a currency of the modern day game.
Yep.
And by just defending your own try line, you're inviting pressure, you're losing energy, and as a result, more often than not, you go on and lose the contest.
Well, Barrow are in it, and they've got a puncher's chance here. The team 6 in the table, hoping to go above their opponents tonight. Halifax hoping to cement their place in the top 6, and big games coming up for both these. Barrow at York next week. Another crucial battle in the playoff mix, and we've got you covered all the way. Don't forget, live games coming up. Newcastle against Bradford, and that's followed by Halifax, York, and York Batley. Some massive clashes coming up. These Raiders kick over the top, wanted to bounce and quite get one. It's picked up here, and Halifax are going to spread the ball in centre field. Was that high? It was. Woodburn Hall draws another penalty.
Well, it's just sloppy, isn't it, from Stack? You can't blame that on fatigue. You've just had a 15-minute break, and there, right arm under the chin. He's not even hurt him, has he?
I think he just got wrong-footed, didn't he?
Absolutely, yeah. He just didn't get his approach to contact right there. He didn't keep his feet moving. He plants and reaches, and that's the result there, penalty.
More pressure.
Ball on the 40-metre line. They're coming short side. Good legs tackle there. Worthington gets it away. Here now is Keys. Keys goes centre field. Jouffre gets it out the back. Woodburn Hall with a step. Breaks through the line. Has he got the pace to get to the line? No, he hasn't. Tackled a couple of metres away, but Halifax are here looking to extend their lead again. Inside the 10. They use Guaze as a decoy. Get it away to Fairbank. Great tackling on the line. Stack this time coming up with a good play, but they're going to try and pinch one from close in. And they are over the line. And the referee awards a try, and it's Brandon Moore, 7th of the season for him. But it all came on the back of that destructive run from Fairbank. They held him out, but they couldn't stop the quick play of the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. I liked it. It was great ball movement through the 3 middle unit players there, wasn't it? It was a nice play. They go out the back there, and the ball to Fairbank. He gets in between bodies, and they don't get their markers set, and Brandon Moore exploits that. He sees there's an opportunity as Jared Samet and Jared Stack affect the tackle, but don't quite get to marker, don't quite get set. And obviously, who is a defender there, I'm not sure who that was, it's just a little bit wide. Brandon Moore sees that. That's great vision from the dummy half as well, to see there was an opportunity, there was a bit of space. And his body position too, the way he was low to the ground, ducking under, and he burrows himself over to extend the lead for Halifax. Great try there.
Yeah, you mentioned the ball movement between the 3 middles. Well, what that did is the tackle ended up being just about a metre or 2 to the left-hand post. But Hakeem Aloudi was there as well, so as a result, bigger guys had to travel round the corner, and then they couldn't adjust the spacing properly. And like all good nines do, they seen the threat and took it.
There's the kick. Keys makes no mistake. 24 points to 12 here. And And just the start to the second half that Halifax would have wanted.
You just see here again, it's Samet there tackling. There's an almighty amount of space, all the bigger men travelling around the corner, and Brandon Moore, well, he has eyes up for the opportunity, uses the post to his advantage as well. Brilliant try.
Simon Grix looks quite relaxed here. I think someone needs to get him a Panthers cap though, don't they? You know, he's letting the club shot down there, isn't he? High kick, look at this one, steepling high kick, and it's caught. That's probably one of the best kick-offs we'll see all season.
Well, he's had one or two that have looked a little bit... oh, good defence.
A bounce pass, the Kevin Brown bounce pass out the back. Here forward comes Stack, he flicks it away to Maludi. Maludi bumps off Walmsley. Here he goes, Maludi, looking and runs straight at Fairbank, bounces him off, and still going. He's run 203 yards and he's gone forward 8 metres. But it's got the fans on the edge of their seats around us.
Just creates chaos, doesn't it?
Yeah, he does. He's definitely got energy, there's no doubt about it.
You can imagine him having his own real-life show, can't you, Hakim Maludi? I think it'd be interesting. Maybe one for our colleagues at Premier Sports to look at. As the ball goes up the middle, here come Barrow. Well, can they do what they did in the first half and get themselves back into this game? In at dummy half is Nathan Mossop. Gets the ball away. It's a poor pass, but it's caught on the bounce. And taken up to the 20 and offloaded again. And here come the Raiders. Ball over the top. Oh, he didn't quite. If he'd have got to stack the head numbers, it goes on to Maludi. Maludi now. In and out he goes again. Holds off Keys. Gets a good offload to Stack. Stack going for the line. Flicks it back to Maludi. It's like watching the Harlem Globetrotters at the moment. He's going for the line. He gets it away and it's intercepted. And Walmsley comes up with the ball. He was feared he was going in a touch there, Maludi, and he offloaded it.
Yeah, one offload too many there for me, Mark, and sometimes that's what happens, isn't it? When you start to get that bit of a roll on with offload, you just push that extra one too much, and unfortunately for the Barrow Raiders there, they did push one too many, but exciting stuff to watch, that's for sure.
But I think that's been the most threatening part of passenger play for Barrow. You know, with 33 minutes gone on the clock, perhaps they need to look to that a bit more if they're going to get anything out of this game, because each time as these minutes go by, well, the scoreboard's running further and further away from them.
Ball now with the Panthers. Extended that lead. What have we had? 8 minutes, second half, 24 points to 12. There's another Raiders man down holding his head there. He's okay. They're going short side. Quick hands. Was it forward? Well, Tibbs is going to kick it ahead. It should bounce kindly. It didn't for Cresswell. In the end, he has to fall on it. And he's an easy target for the Panthers to tackle on the 20-metre line. Raiders fans frustrated, I think. Their side have not been at their best tonight, but they're certainly not out of this one. But they do need to score next, you feel, here. Well, there are just signs if they can get their handling right. Ritson hasn't seen much of it, has he?
Been very quiet, hasn't he?
The ball works forward up towards halfway. Mossop in at dummy half again. Sets off, gets it away. They're playing it tight at the ruck area. Kazar with the drive forward last one. They're going to go now to Samet. Samet's going to run it. Then he stabs a kick. That hit a player. And it's picked up in the end quite well by Woodburn Hall. Ran it to his own man. Gets a little flick pass away. And, well, Halifax shown that they too have got the silky handling skills, even if it is inside their own 40. Walmsley with a
good offload.
Caught, brought forward. And up towards the halfway line they go. I think there's a big passage of play coming up here. I think if Halifax can get one more score in front, they may just have enough. But the Raiders have got other plans as Quase is wrapped up on the Raiders' 40.
They've shown in the first half that Barrow aren't going to go away regardless of the scoreboard. They'll keep playing. I want to mention again a number of times, all too often, it's just been down the wrong end of the field for them.
Yeah, another bounce pass. And it's kept alive, and here come Halifax infield now, trying to work the ball. Tackle is made.
It's been good tonight, hasn't he, Woodburn Hall for Halifax?
He's been very lively indeed. Here now is Fairbank. Fairbank gets it away. Keys out the back. Jouffre gets it to Worthington. Bumps off Maludi. Goes again. Maludi gets him at the second time of asking. Worthington looking for that 100th career try. Last one coming up here. Oh, it's on now!
It's on!
Well, Worthington might not be getting that 100th now. He might well be getting a card. Well, was there a head in there first? There was certainly something that kicked off there.
Just keep your eye on Maludi as that tackle unfolds. He's all over his neck, he's high, he pulls away, and he goes in with his head. And Worthington, well, he just sees red.
Still going on here.
Yep.
And the thing that will go against Worthington is even after it calmed down, he still threw another couple of punches. He's going to be in trouble here. The only question for me is Maludi going to be going with him?
Well, I think he should be. Just off the naked eye when I see Maludi, it gives him a headbutt. It's very, very tight to see, as we'll get the pictures unfold in a minute. But Greg Worthington, he sees red.
He does see red. It looked like to be honest, it looked like they're all over Greg Worthington, around his neck and around his head, and that's what caused it. It's whether or not there was a headbutt or something that instigated, we don't know, but certainly Worthington reacts anyway to the attention he was receiving.
I'm almost certain there was.
Well, let's have a look at this. It's a tester for Aaron Moore, the man in the middle tonight. He's just buying himself a bit of time. I've got a lot of respect for that. Yeah. Doesn't want to panic into his reaction. He's just trying to kick the teams apart.
Yeah, just trying to calm the situation down, isn't he, before he addresses his touch judges to get a report on what has actually occurred. Kyle Amor thinks there's been a headbutt. I certainly know that Greg Worthington there was arms all around his neck, wasn't there, and all sorts.
Well, Hakeem Maludi, he's on the floor because Worthington, he lets one go and follows three before even Maludi can blink his eyes. Lands every one of them. You just don't react like that without
Let's hear from the referee, guys.
They've got Tendai Guade, who will lift Hakeem Maludi up whilst he's down injured with a potential head injury. In my opinion, that's also a red card. He clearly picked him up. So you've got Worthington and Tendai Guade, red card. Hakeem Maludi, yellow card. No more knocking to the head from Maludi. I haven't got any punches thrown by Barrow. I haven't seen it.
Wow, this could be a huge moment in this game. A huge moment in the race for the playoffs. You heard that there. The touch judge, he said 2 red cards, potentially. Let's see. Big moments here. The hand's surely going in the back pocket.
Nothing more from Maludi. He goes straight down.
Here we go. Hakeem Maludi is getting yellow. Sin bin for Maludi. So he's going in the bin. But I think there's more to come here. As Maludi goes on, you see, look at that, the black eye. Direct punch into the head. And Greg Worthington is off. There'll be no 100th career try for him. He is off, and there could be another one about to join him. Here we go. Titus Quase sent off for picking up an injured player off the floor, and he will see red. Wow. It's going to be 12 against 11 here. We thought there'd be fireworks. Let's have a look at what kicked all this off here on Premier Sports tonight.
Well, he's all over his neck, isn't he? But watch Maludi here with his head. It's this bit. I'm almost certain he does.
I'm not having that.
No.
I'm not having that. He did nothing wrong.
No, he done nothing wrong. You're right. I just seen the head on head, and I thought he'd maybe pushed his head into him with a little headbutt. But there's nothing wrong with that. And Greg Worthington, he's just seen red.
Yeah, he has. I just think it's more the case that he probably felt that Maludi initially jumps at the tackle on him, wasn't it? Grasping almost towards the head, Stack as well, and then they're kind of just on the head really, aren't they? But you're right, Worthington's out of... He's definitely in the wrong there, and that's the result.
Well, Simon Grix doesn't look overly happy now, does he? And, well, after all that, Halifax are going to get the penalty.
I don't know. I'm a bit flabbergasted by all this.
I can't understand how Hakeem Maludi has gone in the bin and he's conceded a penalty.
Yeah. Well, it might have been for the initial contact round the head.
That's what I think, yeah.
Okay.
maybe that's why, because his head movement, look, I'll apologise here.
They're going to have a kick at goal here, I think, aren't they, Halifax? Maybe just to try and calm things down. And not only that, give themselves a 14-point advantage. And Kizu hasn't missed tonight. This is going to be a tough assignment for him. Well, let's just digest what's just happened there. Hakim Maludi, confrontation with Worthington. Maloudi's seen yellow. Worthington for punching has seen red. We know the rules now. You raise a fist, you're gone. But the controversial one, Guaze for lifting up the injured player who had a head injury.
Absolutely.
And again, we know the rules. You do that, you're going to be sent off.
Yeah.
And both as well will probably face long-term bans as well for those actions. So it's a double whammy for them.
Huge kick here. This will make it a 14-point ball game. Keys has been good tonight. But even if this goes over, Halifax have got a mountain to climb. It's a great kick. And the flags go up. The kick is good. Halifax lead here. 26 points to 12. The fireworks well and truly lit now. What have the Raiders got against 11-man Halifax?
Well, there's half an hour left to go as well, Mark. So if Barrow Raiders have any chance of getting 2 points, they won't be given a better opportunity than this. Hakim Maludi in the bin, Worthington and Guaze off. Here we go.
Strap yourselves in. High kick goes up, batted back. Halifax have got it. What's the coach's mindset now? What's Simon Grix looking at here, Hendo?
Well, for me, he's got to just... Well, they can't go into their shell. That's one thing. You know, they can't go into their shell. They've just got to keep, trying to get through their sets. They've got to just be, as much as they can, be error-free. They've got to try and slow the tempo of the game down when they don't have the ball as much as they can. And, they're going to have to just do their best here to control it as best they can. But it's going to be tough, isn't it?
I think for Paul Carreri, he needs to be very, very direct, working the middle channel over, getting numbers sucked in, playing from all play from the middle of the field, what we call the 50, and try and get them outside for numbers.
Here's Walmsley. This has been a decent set from Fax. They're on the last one. Jouffroy is going to kick, just floats it up in the air, invites Cresswell to come forward. He'll take it, goes to ground quickly, tackled in his own 10, so not a bad set. The first one for Halifax, ball in hand after they've gone down to 11. If you just switched on, you've missed. Worthington and Guaze both shown red for Halifax after a melee inside the Barrow half. 27 left. And Barrow will work it forward. And look at this defence from Halifax. And eventually goes to ground over on that far side. Jouffroy leading the challenge.
Well, it's interesting. When you're a man down disadvantage-wise, sometimes actually you'll just see more energy and more effort, don't you?
But Mossop jumps out of dummy half. Well, they're a man down for 10 minutes, then there'll be 2 men down. That could be the period, and it's what Barrow can do in this interim 10 minutes. Can they get a score on the board? They're going to kick over the top. The wind will hold it up. The wind, if anything, has got stronger. Walmsley catches it on his own 20. He will bring it forward. They have got strike, to be fair, Halifax, so they're not done yet, are they?
No, they're not. But what they're going to have to utilise a lot now in this final sort of 25 minutes is their back five are going to have to come in like this sort and stall. Walmsley's going to have to get involved. They're going to have to share that workload.
Set restart for Halifax. So they, at the moment, are on top here. They lead by 14. And they've got another set and they're over the halfway line. Jouffroy gets it away on that far side. Here now is
Tibbs.
Tibbs.
Break.
He is so good, isn't he, this fella? 8 in 8 for him this season. Not the best pass. Jouffroy gets it away. Here now is Leroy. Leroy will drive it hard and straight, run straight at Toll, who rolls away from the challenge. 20 metres away. Slow play of the ball. Moore gets it away. Fairbank moves it on. Jouffroy now looking for runners outside, and there's not quite as many bodies there as there were
running out
earlier
of
on.
options there, isn't he?
He is. So what are they going to do? And now they're going to go infield. Keys does well to take in the floating ball, then kicks in behind. And Ritson was there, and Ritson is going to be pending goal.
Fantastic work.
Well, if the opening 5 minutes of the sin bin spell are anything to go by, Halifax look quite comfortable.
Yeah, brilliant from that man there, Joe Keys. A lovely little weighted kick. And what's more impressive is he's the man who follows up to trap the speedster in goal. Brilliant little weighted kick there. Ritson's out the back, cleans up, but it's that tackle. And that's exactly what Halifax are going to need to do for the final sort of 25 minutes of this game. Is build pressure, complete high, and be disciplined without the ball. Don't give any cheap let-offs. My word!
Look out! Leroyer on the end of one there. Fairbank leading the charge. I've been impressed with him off the bench. And an offload as well.
This is great
Finds
game.
Moore goes out wide. But Halifax, despite being down to 11, 2 players sent off, yet it's they who are doing the attacking at the moment. Ball with Jouffre, middle of the field. He'll skip across, gets it away to Keys. Keys has got Woodburn Hall. Oh, if they'd gone out the back, they were in there.
Created an opportunity there.
They did. Here's Keys in at dummy half. They're going short side again.
Look at that!
And they are over. Jouffre silences a stunned Barrow crowd. We said that Halifax had been on top despite being down to 11, and they have another try. And Barrow's task is getting all the more difficult. 30 points to 12.
Well, we called it, didn't we? We thought the play earlier should have went out the back. But keep your eye on Louis Jouffre. Swings from one side of the field to the other, creates that 3-on-2. And it is just wonderful hands then, isn't it? Lovely soft hands there. Here he comes. Woodburn Hall, catch and pass, out in front. Beautiful try. Ritson caught in no man's land.
Yeah, absolutely sensational skill from Woodburn Hall, who I think's been impressive this evening for the Halifax side. He's had a number of subtle touches, couple of try assists, scored one himself. Fantastic play, but as you said, great vision from Jouffre to get around and create the extra number. He saw it, and that's just playing rugby league football, isn't it? You know, just catch and pass. Fantastic.
We mentioned how Halifax would handle the spell down to 11. I think the problem for Paul Crary is his side haven't handled it well at all, have
No,
they?
they haven't. I was just saying to Kyle before about sometimes when you go a man down disadvantage-wise, you lift, don't you? You know, because you have to. You haven't got a choice. You have to raise your game.
Well, here's the kick, and again, it's arrow straight. Well, Joe Keys is having a wow of a night. The Panthers looking to cement their place in the playoff mix. They lead now by 20 points. 22 minutes remaining here. Here's the try again, but despite being a man down, they've done the Raiders for numbers.
Yeah, take nothing away there from Woodburn Hall. That catch and pass, brilliant stuff. You know, coaches work on that so many times throughout training sessions and in pre-season, and it's a small part of the game, but on them occasions it pays off massively.
As does the short kick taken here by the Raiders. Gillam takes it forward. Just get the feeling here, they just need to hold their nerve, Barrow, and trust the process.
Yes, there's plenty of time, Mark. There's plenty of time, and as you called it before, Maludi still to come back on the field, which give them a numerical advantage of 2, won't it?
It will. Great run from Costello. They're 5 away. They need points, the Raiders here. 4 wins from their last 5. Here's Samet, ball over the top. Oh, great bounce. Here's Ritson going for the corner. No, I don't think he got that down. He was in touch. He went for the flying finish, but Cavanaugh did just enough to put him out of the field.
That play wins them the game for me, Mark. 21 minutes on the clock. A real chance for Barrow to get back inside. And look at the work there from the back rower. It's Cavanaugh working harder than anybody else on the field to deny what should have been a certain try.
Do you know what I like about that, Kyle, as well, is he had the presence of mind to attack the arm rather than the body.
Yeah.
He attacks the arm as he knows Ritson's going to reach out to try and score.
He's given a scrummy, I think, for the initial hand on the pass that found Cresswell.
Was it Walmsley it come off?
So, yeah, this pass here, there was a hand on it.
Yeah.
So, again, the referee on the money. And I think as Barrow thought the chance had gone, they're going to get another one here straight from the scrum.
But how pleasing is that to see?
20 minutes
yeah.
we have got left here on Premier Sports tonight.
Back rower there, Ben Cavanaugh. Wonderful play from him. It's Barrow who have a chance now.
Yeah, they are going in with Carter. Look at the yellow shirts around him.
Why would they go that long side? They had a big 2 there. You could have had 2 quick men on Ben Cavanaugh defending as the first defender.
Well, here they go again. Gillam, who's been, I think, one of Barrow's best tonight. He's tackled 5 away. Wood is back out there. Ooh, nearly a fumble at the play of the ball. Did well to hang on to it. Iaria gets it away. Forster's out there. We know he can play. Gets it back to Carter, but it's all a bit off the cuff at the moment from the Raiders. Carter going down the short side. He's going to be tackled. They need to hold their composure here, the Raiders. At the moment, they're just looking a little bit rattled. Can they put some points on of their own? Iaria takes it forward. But in the middle, Halifax are happy to defend. It's out wide, they're a man short. As the Raiders look to close the gap. Samet, the go-to man, fires it wide to Stack. Stack gets it away, ball on the ground. Was that touched?
Lachlan Walmsley's hurt his shoulder as well in the process.
And now the referee says this is the last one. This is the last one. So Walmsley's one-handed defending. But here now they go, little grubber kick picked up.
What's he doing there? What is he doing?
Well, why is Dan Toll kicking? And now Halifax look to work their way out, and they're up to the 30-metre line. We use that word composure, Kyle Amo. I think Barrow have lost theirs now.
Well, that's just a pure head explosion there, isn't it, from the front row? Last tackle, that's not your job. You spoke before, Mark, about staying with the process, understanding how to read a game, what's required when you've got more numbers than the opposition and you're chasing points. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, that isn't it.
It is worth bearing in mind that Halifax went down to 12 at Odsall, didn't they? I think in the opening 2 minutes of the game, and they beat Bradford over the Easter period. So they know what it's like to play a man down and win. They can do it, and they've done it, and they might be about to do it again as Cavanaugh gets it back. Here's Walmsley, acrobatic flying finish, and he celebrates his 16th of the season. Wonderful try from Halifax, and there are a few Barrow fans around us thinking that might be it for tonight.
Well, we spoke about Lachlan Walmsley, didn't we? He's a prolific try scorer and a great finisher, and you know, again, he just backs up on the inside, but it's all come off the back of a little bit of ill discipline with the ball from Barrow. And then the back five have just rolled down the hill for Halifax. And there's no shape here. It's just through the hands. Walmsley gets on the outside of Samet, puts Cavanaugh away on the outside of Ritson, and he supports back on the inside. Again, there was no real genuine questions asked. It was just the line of run from Walmsley getting on the outside, attracts Ritson. And then obviously Ben Cavanaugh gets that offload back on the inside.
Has Ritson got back Samet to make the tackle?
I was just going to say there's no way on earth that Ritson needs to be that tight to his...
Correct.
But then again, remember when we talk about the Maludi and Samet, they don't trust themselves, and if they don't trust themselves, well, neither does anybody else around them. And that's why Ritson's so tight to him, because he knows that, you know, Samet has a possibility of not making that tackle. And on that occasion, they just get exposed. It's that man again. We've seen a try saver at one end. Well, he's just set up a try at the other end in Cavanaugh. Fantastic. Supplies Walmsley and gets another try.
Well, Walmsley, injured in defence on his own line, is there to finish it off. This is a massive kick now. 11-man Halifax. Finally, he's missed keys, but they lead by 24 points. And Barrow have got a mountain decline. Maloudi's coming back on, so they are back up to 13. It's 13 against 11, but they're getting done for numbers.
Well, yeah. And since Maloudi's had his head punched in, they've conceded 2 tries.
Yeah, you've got to, but you have to admire Halifax, don't you? You have to admire Halifax. And facing some adversity here, and that kick's not even gone.
No, I think it did go in the air. It went 10, and then it blew back, so that's play on. And Barrow have done well off the short. There is Maloudi back into the action. They've done well off the short kickoff. It's what they've done after it that's been a disappointment to Paul Crary. He'll be boiling, won't he? Yeah. Simon Griggs will be frustrated with 2 red cards, but Paul Crary will be foaming with the way his side have played tonight. They have been nowhere near their best. It's going to take something special. Here's Stack, looking for that 100th career try. Tackled 12 away. Ball now in the 10. Short pass. Trying to get it back. It's intercepted. It's intercepted by Halifax. Well, there might be 2 players down, but at the moment, those in the yellow and black are everywhere. And if you're a Panthers fan watching this, or you're watching at home on Premier Sports, you can't beat spirit, can you?
No, you can't at all, Mark. And again, I think Barrow will learn some harsh lessons. If they go on to lose this game, you know, they just haven't had the patience, have they? When they've had the numerical advantage, they've panicked, they've tried to force the ball. And I just like the way that Halifax have just rolled up the sleeves. The back 5 have come on and done a really great job since they've gone down, haven't they? Really sharing that workload and letting the quick men get them on the front foot. This man, Woodburn Hall's been outstanding.
Sure has. You know, we mentioned in the first half as well, didn't we? You know, I was one for bemused for being our even Barrow in this game. Well, they haven't scored a single point after that. And I think apart from those 2 chances, well, they've been second best by a country mile, haven't they? Even with Halifax only having 11 on the field.
Yeah, Carwood out into the action. They're going to go high with a kick. Going to push Cresswell back. Backpedaling, that's a great catch.
He's done a
look
good
at
job.
the wall of yellow and black. Great chase. brilliant chase. Tackled, 5 off his own line.
That's awesome. And I also noticed the fact that Kyle Wood's come into the fray there, but he's kept Brendan Moore out there too. So they've got the two little men there for that agility that they can cover the field quicker than having those big boppers out there.
Yeah, they are. And the tackle made on the 13. Getting desperate now, the Raiders.
But it just looks like it's Halifax who have the more energy out of the two sides, doesn't it?
Well, we said it what would each coach be saying? And one team have gone to their game plan and stuck to it and executed it perfectly. The other one's thrown the game plan out of the window. Here they go up the middle. You never know. There's still 14 left. If they can get one here, then we could yet be in for a miraculous finish. But Barrow have got to get their act into gears. A kick forward. Ritson needs another bounce. Wormsley's all over it. Juggled, caught, and this is the first one back. Beware the bouncing ball. And it's a try right at the side of the post for Jared Sammett. Wormsley and Cavanaugh made an absolute mess of that one. And Sammett has scored. Is there hope yet for the Barrow Raiders?
Yeah, well, there certainly is hope because there's time on the clock. And if they show a bit of patience here, they may be able to create some more opportunities. But we see here on the replay, ball out the back to Sammett. He elects to kick through. And again, for me, Halifax have got this covered. And it's just the bounce of the ball is Lachlan Wormsley goes to collect it. It just bounces up last. On the last bounce, you'll see it here. It just springs up. Here, it goes and beats him, and Cavanaugh, for me, is in a position to collect it. He doesn't, and it's a bit of a jammy try there for the Barrow Raiders, but they'll take it. They needed it, and they've given themselves a chance.
Yeah, here's the kick. Sammett wasting no time. It's 18 points now, the lead.
Yeah, that Sammett there, beneficiary of a lucky try. Lachlan there, Wormsley. Look, there's been plenty of wingers throughout the game who've done with an awful bounce. I agree, Ben Cavanaugh was there, but he was perhaps more surprised by the fact that it nearly ended up in his hands. But Jared Sammett, he's made a career out of pinching tries as well, hasn't he?
That's true.
And he's on hand again.
Very true.
There he is. 35 years old.
I'll tell you something, gents. If they get down there again, Halifax, do they knock one over? With the
Absolutely they would.
I think
Joe Keys will be all over that.
A knock for that one
but they've got to get their hands on the ball first.
I think it's damage done already. Too much of a hill to climb, I think, for the Raiders. I hope I'm proven wrong and give us a game.
There they go. They don't have to overplay. There's still 13 minutes left. Players like Ritson, Costello, they've got tries in this team. Halifax, have they got enough to hang on? There'll be two players in Worthington and Guaze sat in the dressing room hoping that their teammates can dig them out of a hole here. As here come the Raiders. Cresswell gets it away, put down by Toll.
Overran the play there, Toll.
Yeah. And again, despite being two players down, there were plenty of Halifax shirts in the picture there.
Yeah, you can't fault the Halifax scramble defence there. Obviously, Barrow tried to move the point of attack, go wide and try and go around them. And just that execution of skill lets them down.
Just the final pass there from Costello. Tall ahead of it. As a result, he has to reach behind him. And it's going to be a head and feed to Halifax.
Well, there might be that chance for
I
that
think
1
so.
point.
I'd just work towards the middle and then knock it over.
It's wind behind as well, so they don't necessarily have to be that close, do they?
Well, that's the thing, Mark. They need to do it early in the tackle count as opposed to last play.
Well, they're 40 out at the moment. And they're going to go down the short side. Saltonstall, who's had some big runs tonight, he's tackled. 32 away. Are they just going to go for the posts? Well, the way they've attacked Halifax, they probably fancy they might score a try here, but it might be a little bit more difficult now. It's 13 against 11. Barrow struggling at home here, and Halifax, not for the first time this season, despite being a player down, are turning up for each other. As Tangata carries it. Remember, 9 wins in 10 for the Panthers coming into this one tonight. Ball now going down the short side. They're looking to work it out wide. Woodburn Hall gets it away. They're trying to break through here. They're going for the line. The ball's come free. And the referee's given a penalty, saying it was stolen. Well, Tibbs there looked like he was going to score his second of the night. And now a chance to have a shot, albeit a difficult shot at goal here.
Actually, wouldn't it?
Let's have a look at this again. Tibbs.
He's been impressive tonight, hasn't he, out on that far right-hand side.
Well, he doesn't take the ball, he scores for me. Simple as that. He's had to bite the bullet, hasn't he, Cresswell?
Yeah, he's been lively, hasn't he, Tibbs? Been a bit of a threat all night.
He has been.
Well, even if they don't kick the goal here or they just run it, it's going to take another minute at least off the clock. And they are going to tap it. They think with 18 they've got enough, and they may well get a better opportunity from inside the 20. They're going to have a run. They're going down the short side, trying to poach one from close in. And Barrow are desperate here. They cannot afford to concede a point of any kind. Trailing by 3 scores with 10 on the clock. Here they go up the middle. Good tackle made by Ayaria. And they'll play it 10 away. Here's Keys now. Big step. Cuts back in field. Now he's going back down the short side. Wants a straight run. Gets one.
Yes.
And that's it. Halifax are going to win. Gee, it is who goes over. And look at the celebrations now from this Halifax side. A stunned crowd here at Barrow. They thought it was their time to go and win it. But Halifax, they are going to go home with the points.
I just love what Joe Keys does here. Everybody thinks that the ball's going from right to left. He steps back off his left foot, goes and explores an area, tries to catch defenders on that left-hand side of Barrow, clocking off. But the only one guy who doesn't clock off is Matty G. A solid line. We saw one from Stack earlier from the Raiders. Well, G hits back with one very similar. The work that Keys does, steps off his left foot. Lovely little ball. That's his second time that Joe Keys has had a part in a try. Another assist for him. Just there. Brilliant little pass. And it took a bit of finishing, didn't it? Big man in between 2 players. Keeps his legs pumping. I think it's between Gillum and Carter, I think it is. And that just kills the game completely.
What does this do psychologically? Barrow will be so frustrated, but when you're going down 2 players down for half an hour, and they're pulling away. This has been impressive, hasn't it?
I think all the credit and the focus has got to be on Halifax and the way that they have managed this tough period. They've just worked so hard defensively for each other, but even with the ball, they've looked the more lively of the 2 teams. They've still looked dangerous.
Here's the kick, and again it goes through. So hopes of a Barrow comeback were short-lived. And the goal from Keys, his 7th of the night.
I think as coaches, though, you can accept defeat sometimes, but the manner in which you get defeat is the most important thing. And I think Barrow Raiders, well, they've let the coach down today, in my opinion.
They're going to go for the short restart. They're using the wind, look to blow it back. Ball knocked down, and Halifax are going to get it back. And Barrow running out of time, and quite frankly, second half, they haven't been good enough, have they? Nowhere near good enough.
Well, they haven't been good enough all game, if we're being brutally honest. You know, I don't think they were great first half.
No.
And they haven't been much better in the second half.
I agree, Hendo, and it's important to remember as well where this Barrow Raiders side have been in throughout the history. You know, they've come up from the lower league, but as a result, we have put this expectation on them now. We're so used to them seeing, but when you have a reality check, there will be days like this, and there'll be another 1 or 2 ahead down the road for sure.
They're bringing it forward here, Halifax. This has been a statement performance from them. They were good from the opening whistle tonight. And now they're working their way forward. Just a reminder that Halifax against York in around about 2.5 weeks' time, live on Premier Sports, as the battle for the playoffs goes on. And here go Halifax again, moving the ball out wide. And the ball knocked down. And Halifax are going to get it. And look, if someone switched this game on with 20 minutes left, they would have thought that Barrow had 2 players sent off, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
True.
And that's the disappointing thing that I was talking about. How they've let the coach down. You know, but again, they got it wrong right from the start, wasn't it? The kick-off too long, ill discipline, only completing 2 out of the first 4 or 5 sets, constantly defending the line. Yes, they had a good couple of opportunities in the first half, and they come away with points, which was promising. But it painted a false picture. It gave them hope when that's all they had. They've only had hope in this game.
And Paul Crary there looked bemused, didn't he? Ross will be speaking to him after the game. Could be an interesting chat, that one. I think he'll be ready to explode, only Paul Crary.
Well, one thing you'll give is an honest assessment.
He
will.
He
He'll give
will.
an honest assessment.
He will.
You know, so he's like that.
All the reaction to come on the other side of it. I'm sure Simon Grix will be delighted. We'll get his reaction, as always, on Premier Sports. on a Monday night. The guys have got their thinking caps on regarding player of the match. We'll get that in a moment. There's a ball working its way forward. Samet with a ball back inside. Can they get it away to Stack? It was a forward pass.
There was a couple of forward passes in that play, wasn't there? The first from Samet and then Maludi. And that's been them as well in a nutshell all night. Lack of detail, lack of composure, ill discipline with and without the ball.
Yeah, that's, you know, when we look back at Halifax's performance, I've just admired not only obviously the way they've handled this period of being down to 11 men, but for the last parts of the game, but just the fluency that they've played with in attack. You know, I've loved the fact that the three pivots have injected themselves into the game. They've always had 2 points of attack. They've worked short sides, they've worked long sides. They've had the middles working together as well. They've had the ability to just be direct when they've needed to be, and their kicking game on the whole has been generally pretty tidy as well. So I just think they've got really well organised, well balanced as a team, and I think they've thoroughly deserved.
I think if there was a word for this Halifax performance, for me it'd be controlled. Everything they've done has been controlled, hasn't it? Whether that's aggression, you know, line speed.
Barring Greg Worthington
yeah.
and Guaze. 2 blips on that one, but I get the point. It has. Certainly with a ball in play, they've been very good, Halifax. 10 wins in 11. In this division, that is some going.
Yeah.
It really is. As forward they come. I'm going to be honest, I can't help feeling a little bit deflated. I really thought we were going to get a big finish here, and Halifax have been too good. Here they go forward now. Murray looking to pump the legs. Last one. Are they going to rub salt in the wounds here? Keys is set for the 1-pointer. Oh, you bet he is.
Smart stuff.
Sticks it over. Takes the congratulations of his teammates. That guy has been outstanding tonight.
He certainly has been, Mark. He has been. He's had a number of try assists, and we just see here now and just slotting the 1 point over just to rub further salt into the wounds. And he's had a fantastic performance tonight as Joe Keys.
Well, we may as well do it.
Yeah.
Are we in agreement?
Yeah, we're all in agreement there. He's our
100%.
player of the match for sure. You know, Hendo mentioned it there, a couple of assists, plenty of goals, a drop goal to name as well. But I just love the way that even when Halifax went down to 11, his ability just to thread the needle through with that kick, chase his own kick, that's the mindset that he's had all night. I mentioned the word controlled. Well, it's been largely led through him. He's been able to control his side around the park, even when they had 13 and down to 11. He's been terrific tonight as Joe Keys. Well done to him.
We did pinpoint him early on as they're going to go for another short restart. That isn't going to go the 10.
That's embarrassing for them now, this.
It is indeed. But we said about Keys, how he's maturing into a very good half-back at this level.
Yep.
And he has been fantastic tonight, hasn't he? A real leader of this Halifax team.
Yeah, he has, mate. And what I like is this, again, I think all 3 pivots that they've got, you know, Keys, for me, adds that control that Kyle's mentioned, you know. Then you've got Dufresne, who's got ability to have a bit of turn of pace and a bit of footwork, and then you've got Woodburn Hall, who just seems to have so much time on the ball, doesn't he, when he gets his pass out the back, and he can pick a good line as well as pick a good pass. And I just think they're, as I've said before, a very well balanced outfit. But the 3 pivotal players are, for me, are very strong for this side.
Referee's just stopped playing. There's 2 balls on the field at the moment. Final few minutes here. This will sting Barrow. It will certainly give hope to the chasing pack, the likes of Bradford and Sheffield, who are closing in on the playoff position. Certainly the Bulls are in good form under Mark Dunning. 5 in 7 for them.
It's important for Paul Carreri to get round his troops after it, keep tight. Yes, it's a big, heavy loss as well, given the circumstances, but it is just a bump in the road, isn't it? You know, they've got plenty of days and plenty of games ahead. So far, they have overachieved. You could argue, couldn't you?
Absolutely. I think
this game can't derail their ambitions and where they've been as a group.
Well, I think if we were being brutally honest, and you know, Barrow being the promoted team from League One, to say they're sitting at this stage of the season in 6th, and the amount of wins that they've had, and some of the results and performances that we have seen from them have been fantastic. So I think at the start of the season, I think a lot of fans for Barrow would say, well, if we're sitting 6th in the league, Carter goes through.
Yeah, Carter, has he got the pace to go the full length? No, he hasn't. Tackled by Woodburn Hall. Now, here come the Raiders looking for consolation. Stack tackled. Not 20 away. They're now looking to try and close the gap later on. The Raiders, not been a good night for them, but they'll come again. We'll see them in action at the Bash, but it's another knock on and another disappointment. We will hear the Bradford Bulls, or we'll see the Bradford Bulls in action Friday the 8th of July, the eve of the Magic Weekend. Newcastle Thunder against the Bradford Bulls, and the Bulls will be hoping to close the gap and maybe move into that top 6.
Well, that's what the loss tonight for Barrow means. It means it now gives a little bit of life and hope to the teams below, in Sheffield and Bradford in particular, and potentially witness that they can kind of make some ground on the teams above them, and Halifax go another step closer.
And just a word on Newcastle there, obviously losing the coach, Eamon O'Carroll. You know, they got to win at the weekend there. So, you know, sometimes when you lose the coach, you can have one or two reactions, can't it?
Can indeed. Interesting what the reaction of the crowd will be here tonight. Halifax have been simply too good. In a really impressive performance. They were the better team in the first half as Walmsley is dragged to the ground. And the tackle made just short of halfway. Here come Halifax then, final few seconds. Well, they beat Barrow comprehensively earlier in the season. They've done the double here in equally comprehensive style. Despite having 2 players sent off, we'll have all the reaction to come on Premier Sports tonight. Another big night in the Championship, as Halifax put a marker down in the race for the playoffs. Jouffre makes a rare error as he kicks out on the full, but it really is irrelevant at this stage, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly is. I think he was just trying to find the line there, wasn't he? But he's probably turned it over 5 metres from where he was going to. If he grabbed it in, it would have only finished 5 metres ahead. But hats off to Halifax. What a tremendous performance for them this evening, and so impressed with how they, not only how they've attacked, but how they've defended as well, and how they've continued to work for each other. They've been so industrious and tenacious defensively under pressure with down a man, and it's been a fantastic effort from them.
It has. Barrow looking for one light consolation as they come back across. Is there going to be a landmark moment for Stack? No, he's knocked it on, and that will be it. And that probably typifies the Barrow night. In fairness, the fans around us do applaud their team from the field, but Halifax are the team taking all the plaudits. They led at the break by 18 points to 12, and when Jacob Fairbank put them 24-12 up, it looked like they were going to go to a comprehensive victory, but the flashpoint came with half an hour remaining. Hakim Maludi was sent to the sin bin, but Worthington and Guaze were shown red. It meant for the final 20 minutes, Barrow would have a 2-player advantage, but they couldn't make it count. Keys with a penalty, Jouffre and Walmsley put them 24 in front. Samet got one back before late try for Matty G, and Joe Keys with a drop goal wrapped it up. It has been an emphatic victory tonight for the Halifax Panthers. They stay 5th, Barrow stay in the top 6, but this will hurt this one tonight. It is handshakes and smiles all round. There may be some repercussions to come, but it's full time here. Let's get down then to the pitch side where Ross Fiddies is with our player of the match.
Joe Keys, player of the match, congratulations. What a win here tonight. I mean, you didn't score, but you set up a few tries yourself. What did you make of that?
Yeah, we made hard work of that. Obviously, I thought we were in control for large parts, and then obviously going down to 11 men, making it hard work for ourselves, and then just shows the character this group's got. We've come a long way since the start of the year. The start of the year, them sort of games we lost, and that's a real big credit to where we're at as a team. In terms of our effort and commitment, our effort was outstanding down to 11. We scrambled like mad for each other, and yeah, we come out with the 2 points, massive 2 points.
And you controlled the game from start to finish as well.
Yeah, it was our middles when they carry like that, and our outside backs, Salty, all them carry like that. It makes our job so much easier. So me and Louis play off the back of a great forward pack and great yards. You know, the backs getting us going forward, and obviously Woody putting the icing on the cake out the back. So yeah, real good team performance.
Well, huge win. Congratulations tonight. Well done. You go off and celebrate.
Cheers, nice one. Thank you.